What's going on, guys? Today we've got a package that's come from Gary. You guys may know him in the community as, of course, G-Money. Oh, Gary, what, Now, of course, I'm opening this just after the OU game. I'm still trying to get over the loss, guys. Goodness, you would think if you score 40 points that a defense could hold the other team to less than 40 points.
No, I don't want them to gain another yard. You blitz all night! And if they cross the line of scrimmage, I'm gonna take every last one of you out. You make sure they remember forever the night they played the Titans.
But unfortunately, OU's defense has never been their strong suit for probably the past 10 years now. This is very cool. Gary, I want to thank you. This is basically it's an encyclopedia of the history of the OU football program. So sent in a letter, so I'm going to read that here. He says, "Hey Chuck," he says, "I became a member of the Corvette fraternity this past July with the purchase of my 2018 Black Rose over Kalahari Grand Sport convertible." There's not very many of those Black Roses out there, so Gary, that's a beautiful looking car. Prior to that, I have been doing my best to educate myself on Corvette forums and on a few select YouTube channels. Yours and Rick Corvette Conti were the two where I learned the most and still do, and where I always am entertained. Maybe not so much entertained by me, but definitely by Rick. If you don't follow his channel, I'll have it linked below. He goes on to say, "I want to thank you for that, as it was quite a transition coming from a BMW world into the C7 world. I hope this gift brings you joy as you eagerly anticipate your team's appearance in the Rose Bowl. I spotted it in a bookstore and thought it would be a great gift and a great way to say thank you. Because I always catch the no subtle camera placements when you are shooting in the garage, making the giant OU totally prominent." Yes, I do that because I have several OSU buddies who are in my vet club that watch the channel, and I put them there just for them. Also notice you wear an OU polo when you're not wearing one of the 74 Corvette shirts that are probably in the wash. Yes, I love repping my Corvette gear. He says, "Anyway, wish you and your family a blessed Christmas and an OU a national championship." I love his card here. Check it out, guys. It's a Christmas card with a bunch of Corvette models on it. Very, very cool. I'm going to keep this, keep the letter, keep the book. And again, I appreciate it, Gary, for sending this in. This is the very first time I've started the car in about... well, since we did the Toys for Tots, which was what, 2.5, almost 3 weeks ago now. Here our weather has been crazy. We've been in the teens, we've been in single digits. I know many of you guys have seen negatives. You guys live up north, up there in Canada. Y'all need to keep that stuff up there. Don't be sending that stuff down here. We are going to disengage the tender because the tender has been on. Guys, make sure you always unplug it first. And then come over and unplug her. Corvette caddy in the back. This right here, I found it to be just, you know, it's easier for me to throw my camera gear back into this. And, you know, of course, we've got Corvette on the side. If you guys don't have anything like that, I'll have it linked below where I got that. First cold start for 2018. Should be a good one because she ain't been started in 3 weeks. So here. Holy cow! I think a bird over there just fell over dead. I think it thought it was shot. Wow! Let's get this Corvette, take a drive. I do enjoy are numbers, and GM did go ahead and confirm that all the Carbon 65s, which were the 65th anniversary car, have been are going to be built. And I say that because not all of them have been built yet. Are still some that have not been made, but will be made by the 22nd of January or the week of. So if that's something that you've been wanting, you're not out of the luck of getting a brand new one. You just got to try to track down where it's going to be. But looking at the numbers, I thought it was very interesting. There were, out of the Grand Sports, of course, you could get this car in the Grand Sport or the Z06. For the Grand Sports, they sold 297 of those, or they're building 297 of those. And then the Z06s came to a total of 353 cars. Now, out of those cars, 158 of them were 7-speed manuals, and 492 were 8-speed automatics. Out of those 650 cars, there was going to be 150 of them that were going to be exported. And so 500 of them are going to be in the U.S., 150 of them were sent out of the U.S. Interesting to see the numbers. If Europe received 127 of the cars. Canada, our friends up north, received 49 of those cars. If you live in the Middle East, you're going to get a whopping 17 of them. If you live in Mexico, you're going to get 12 of them. And if you live in Japan, there's going to be 8 of them. So there's not going to be many of them over there. But love the numbers, love seeing that the Carbon 65, it's just a beautiful car, guys. I love that ceramic matrix gray. It's just, that car was done right. I loved how they did the interior, how they've got the blue calipers, just kind of old school when it comes to Corvettes. Why I titled this video, Why You Shouldn't Buy a Corvette Right Now. And that's because people are going to watch this video. That's one great thing about YouTube is I'm making this in early January 2018, January 3rd to be exact, and people are going to watch this 2 years from now, 5 months from now, or in the spring, or who knows when. And they may be saying to themselves, you know, I want to get a Corvette, but I don't know where I'm going to be able to get a good deal. I go up to my local dealership, they've got like 2 or 3 of them, and when I started talking to them about what I wanted, they kind of looked at me like deer in headlights. Guys, when it comes to buying a Corvette, you know, we live in a society now that is e-commerce. You can buy something from anywhere and have it shipped anywhere, and that includes cars. It's becoming more and more efficient now to have cars shipped from Ohio to Florida. Just, you know, that's the kind of time we live in now. So when it comes to buying a Corvette, I tell people, you know, if you go down to your local dealership, again, if you live in an area that has a great local dealership and they have 20 Corvettes and they actually have someone there that knows the difference between a 3LZ package and a 1LZ package, then by all means, you know, try to do business there with your local dealer, but make sure you shop them. But another big thing is if you don't have a dealership that has any clue about what they're doing, make sure you reach out to someone who does. And you know, for me and the research that I've done and people that I've talked to on YouTube, there's 4 places where you're going to get a heck of a deal. And these are in no particular order. Of course, my good friend and a member of our community, Rick Corvette Conti, who's located in Ohio, and he is with the Coughlin Chevrolet dealership. You've also got Mike Furman with Criswell Chevrolet in Maryland. You've got Joe, Dave, Sam there at Kerbick in New Jersey. You've also got, you know, at Bachman Chevrolet, you got Mike Davenport in Kentucky. These are guys that ship cars all over the U.S. And I'll have them linked below as far as their websites, and you guys can go and, you know, if you really want to get a Corvette or you're looking to get into Corvette, reach out to those guys. You know, if you got questions, most of them, you can email them, text them. And, you know, these guys, that's what they do for a living is sell these cars. They make dreams happen. And, you know, that way you can kind of shop around a little bit, see exactly what you're getting. Because again, when it comes to buying one of these cars, guys, what you can save with one of them is easily going to pay for the shipping, it being shipped to you. You know, I just hate for guys to walk into a dealership and they've got 2 of them and you just feel like you've got to buy one of the Corvettes that are there. And then if you ask them, hey, will they order you one? And they just kind of, don't want to have anything to do with you at that point. A lot of times it's because they don't have any allocations. Secondly, they just, they're there to sell Chevy Sparks and Chevy Silverados and Malibus. They're not really interested in selling Corvettes. They just have them there because they kind of have to have them there. I'm sure GM makes all their dealerships have at least a couple of Corvettes on hand. People wait their entire lives to buy one of these cars. They wait till the kids are gone. They wait until college is paid for. And, sometimes that happens a little later in life for some of us. And you want to get a car. Again, it doesn't matter if it's a Stingray, a Grand Sport, a Z06, a ZR1. You want to make sure that you get what you want, not what some dealership says, hey, this is what we have. This is a car that if someone doesn't have the deal of a lifetime and you're willing to sacrifice a little bit on spec, then, definitely think about ordering one of these cars. And these are the type of guys that, can get that done for you seamlessly, painlessly. They know exactly what you want. They're going to know how to order it exactly the way you want it. Guys, until I see you at the next video, I hope each and every one of you have a blessed week. Now, let's check out some of your beautiful rides.